Hello, this is our final project for Bana 4080. So Rigork has tasked us with trying to better understand what determines their customers' choice to leave or stay with their company, and being conscious of these demographics will allow Rigork to know which customer bases to provide incentive towards, and it will help them reach a goal of better customer retention. In this analysis, we conducted some data preparation and analysis. In this chart, customer status based on contract type is visualized, and we can see that the month-to-month contracts have a much higher attrition rate compared to the 1 and 2 year contracts. In this second visualization, we look at customer status based on senior citizenship. Senior citizens only made up 16.2% of Regorg's customer base, and the senior citizens also demonstrate a very high attrition rate at 41.6%, which is compared with the non-senior citizens only had 24.7%. In this last visualization, we look at the count of customers based on their internet service paired with the phone package they have, which includes one phone line, multiple phone lines, or no phone lines. And we can see notable trends of high churn rate among fiber optic users, as well as high retention rate for customers using DSL and high retention rate for customers without the internet service.
Now, to jump into our machine learning, here we have our first model, which is the logistic regression model, which provided us an ROC AUC of 0.843. And this model also gave us 236 false positives and 155 false negatives. Now, here's our Mars model, which provided us an ROC AUC of 0.848. And this model gave us 249 false positives and 157 false negatives. This model also gives us our best curve among all three machine learning models that which we provided. Now, here is our third model, which is our bagging model, which provided us an ROC AUC of 0.821, which was the lowest out of all three models. And this model gave us 262 false positives and 204 false negatives. Now, our optimal model is our Mars model because it provided us with the best ROC AUC out of all three models. Now, the most influential variables out of this model were tenure, total charges, payment method, and monthly charges.
So our findings using our optimal Mars model, we concluded that primary determinants of customer status were tenure and the total charges, and our group also found potential loss possibilities in revenue. Our team predicted that around $27,000 in loss would be occurred a month, which would round out to about $325,000 a year.
Now, our plan of action. First, we want to increase the tenure of customers at Rigor. So we want to incentivize our 1 year and 2 year contracts by providing deals two separate times throughout the year for current and new customers. First, we want to provide 15% off for all contracts signed on Cyber Monday, as well as 10% off for all contracts signed within Memorial Day week. Next, we want to lower the cost on month to month contracts because, as we mentioned previously, one of our most influential variables was total cost. So we want to lower this total cost by lowering the month to month contract cost. So 10% off the first 6 months for contracts signed on Cyber Monday, and 5% off the first 3 months for contracts signed on Memorial Day week.
So in conclusion of our analysis, the factors we discovered to have the largest impact on customer retention were tenure and total charges, which led us to believe that long-term service plans are optimal, as well as reduced pricing on short-term plans are what need to be focused on in order to reduce the customer churn rate within Regorg. We also believe fiber optic networks are not to be neglected, and they may be a leading cause in customer loss. A solution to this may lie in providing network transfer discount packages, which would reduce customer plan pricing and give incentive for them to stay with Regorg. There were some limitations of this analysis, limited specificity in demographic data, specifically in age, and there was binary coding for senior citizenship, which made it difficult to define figures to understand who was and wasn't categorized as a senior citizen. Non-applicable data also existed in the set, which we couldn't include and may have created some bias. Thank you for watching our presentation.